to support their efforts. We're joined now by Dom Tulipso, Director of Operations in Los Angeles for Demand Protest. Dom, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, no problem, Tucker.
So this is a sham. Your company isn't real. Your website is fake. The claims you have made are lies. This is a hoax. Let me start at the beginning, however, with your name, Dom Tulipso, which is not your real name. It's a fake name.
Well,
we ran you through law enforcement level background checks, and that name does not exist. So let's start out with the truth. Tell me what your real name is.
It's Dominic Tulipso. It's L's are silent.
That's a lie, and you know it's a lie. And we asked you for ID at the Los Angeles Bureau, and you said you didn't have ID with you. But doubtless you have a wallet on you. Every grown man does. Hold up a credit card, you can cover the number, to our camera and show us any piece of documentation with the name Dominic Tulipso on it. And you can't because that's not your real name.
Sure. Absolutely, I'll do that in just a moment. I might just begin with kind of wondering, Tucker, you're not accusing me of being a hoax, are you?
I'm saying that your name is fake and this company is fake and that the claims you've made on your website are false. And so my question for you is why? Is this an effort to discredit the protesters at the Trump inauguration? Is it an effort to convince conservative news organizations to pick up the story and therefore highlight their gullibility? What's the point of the ruse that you're perpetuating on the American news media?
Sure, absolutely. Great questions. I mean, basically, there's no way that a legitimate news agency would have somebody on that didn't really know what they were saying or was just kind of talking out of their behinds. There's a certain amount of vetting that goes on behind every news organization. So I would assume that I wouldn't be given airtime on a national stage unless I was legitimate.
Well, I'm vetting you right now, and I'm beginning by saying you are not legitimate. You are lying. We know that. You have fooled other news organizations. You did not fool us. And my question is, why are you doing it? And I guess let me just satisfy viewers who may be thinking, well, maybe we're miscalling this. On your website, you claim that you pay a retainer to 1,817 operatives every month. Now, if that were actually true, that's $54 million a year you're spending just on retainers. It's another $30 million a year if you're paying them for 6 hours a week work. That's demonstrably silly. You're not doing that.
No, we're actually doing $80 million a year. So I don't know quite where you got those numbers, but those are definitely obviously dated. I do want to mention the fact.
Wait. So hold on. You're not conceding that this is a hoax. You're saying that this is a real company that's engaged in the activities you say it's engaged in.
Absolutely.
That you're hiring protesters. That you have 1,800 of them already on retainer for $2,500 a month, and that you're affecting American politics by doing this.
Yeah, we actually changed our mind, though, about we're no longer actually going after Donald Trump. We're actually going after the protesters at the inauguration. So we kind of changed our minds actually recently, and that was a result mainly of the enormous amount of hate mail that we received. People, making death threats, and they basically just really talked us into changing our position. So what we're doing now is we're actually protesting the protesters.
Okay, but that didn't happen because you don't have a physical address, because you don't have a real office. Your website was just put up. Your Facebook page, same thing. You haven't been receiving hate mail because you don't exist. Okay, so if you do exist, why don't you give me some evidence that you're real, beginning with your actual name, which is not Dominic Tulipso. And by the way, your business partner doesn't exist either. So let's just be straight here. Let's just be real. Yeah. What is the real story here? Why are you doing this? What point are you trying to make?
Yeah. The main point basically is that we are greatly supportive of national treasures such as Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, Peyton Manning,
right.
And we really support their efforts to really get the truth out there. And in the case of the current client that we have right now, that client is very interested in releasing the Roswell papers. I don't know it.
Really? So you're pretty supportive of Peyton Manning, are you?
Extremely, yeah.
Okay. You're not going to, obviously, this is performance art. I will say you're pretty good at it. When you convince papers like the Washington Times, which ran this pretty straight, to run your lies, to run this hoax, which I will concede is kind of amusing. What was the point of that? I mean, beyond just amusing yourself. Are you trying to make a political statement?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty darn easy these days to just say whatever the heck you want on national TV and have it pass off as truth. And, you know, it's pretty, I don't know, it's just pretty incredible to me how easy it was to get the coverage we got. By the way, I'm not saying any of this is a hoax or any of this isn't true. We've actually got 100,000 protesters going to Washington, D.C. to fight anybody who is opposed to Donald Trump. I mean, the reason we another main reason we shifted from being against Trump to Trump about 30 minutes ago was basically we realized initially he didn't really like Julian Assange or Peyton Manning, and when he kind of changed, when the election and the Assange connection was made, he essentially became a supporter of Assange, and so we are now supporting Trump in the hope that the Roswell documents from 1947 are finally released and put back into the hands of Fisher Stevens.
The critical Roswell documents. All right, we'll give my best to Peyton Manning and also to Mrs. Talipo, if you would. Thanks a lot for joining us, Dom.
To Yipso.
You are. I can't believe. Where's last question? I'm sorry. Did you think that we were going to fall for? I mean, be honest. Did you think you were going to come on and we were going to?
I'm just surprised. You put me on. That's what's surprising.
Well, because it showed up all over across American media, and I'm reading this. I was like, well, that's not true. Who is this guy? So I'm glad you came on to semi-explain.
Well, God bless you for fact-checking, even if you did it when we were on the air.
Oh, no, we knew ahead of time. But good to see you anyway. Thanks a lot.
Good.